Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Transparently D, where I'm keeping it 100% transparent as I extend my family with love through CNY fertility. How are you doing, everyone? How's everyone 2020 going so far? It has been so long since I recorded a video, so long since I've been on here. But today I am back. How are you doing? How's your week been? How's things been going with you? Well, as you can tell by the title of the video, I am updating you all on what's been going on over the last 4 months. It has been 4 long months since I came to you all with a video. First, let me say I apologize. I am sorry. It was not fun, but I am here. And I'm here to give you all the juice on what's been going on. As you all can see, I'm no longer pregnant. I'm still big, but I'm not pregnant. I am actually smaller now than I was prior to having the baby. Also, we will be introducing you to the baby in this video as well. As you can tell, I'm in her room. I did have a girl. But let's get into the juice. Okay, so I had gone to the doctor that Tuesday. And the doctor was like, oh, let's just have a baby on Friday. I was like, no, I'm not having a baby on Friday. I'm not ready to have a baby. Are you kidding me? No, we're not having a baby on Friday. Because of all the issues that was going on with the pregnancy. So I said, no way, we're not having a baby on Friday. Nope, we're good. She's going to stay. So on October 17th, that was the 15th, the 14th or the 15th. On the 17th, I'm minding my own business. My maternity leave started on the 16th. And on the 17th, I just let my dog out so that he can run. And I was sitting in my garage. And I had on a robe and I was sitting in my garage. And I felt wet. And so I was like, nah, I know darn well my water didn't break. And I was like, okay, let me see. And so I called the doctor and I was like, hey, listen, I think my water broke. I'm wet. And they was like, okay, well, which office do you go to? And I told them which office I go to. And they was like, okay, well, just make your way to the office. So the hubby normally works the night shift, but he was at work this particular day because he was helping out. And so I just shot him a text message because I didn't want to call and interrupt him. And I said, I think my water just broke, but don't leave work. Let me go to the office. Let me see what they say. Make sure my water has broken. And then I'll call you and let you know what was going on. So I called my daughter. I called my sons. And my daughter was like, oh, I'm not going to school today because, you know, she's off in college. And she's like, no, come and get me. I'm not going to school today. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I went and got her. And I'll insert that little clip of that video right about now. Okay, so that was us in the truck as we were going to the hospital. And she also gave you a tour of the room that they put me in. Now, the importance with that room tour was that they never put me in that room before. It was totally different. Oh my God. I was like, wow, that sucks. So long story short, we got to the hospital. They gave me a towel to put up under me or whatever. It wasn't wet or anything like that, but they put me in the room and like one of the laboring rooms. And I'm like, good. Tuesday, we had an ultrasound. The baby was head down. So I wasn't going to have a C-section or anything like that. She was coming early, way earlier than what I had anticipated. So I really wasn't ready for her to come as of yet. But if they was going to let her come, then she was going to come. Anyway, so we were making our way to the office. And the doctor was like, no, you know what? Just go ahead and go to labor and delivery and get checked in. Labor and delivery and let them check you. When I got there, one of the midwives was there. Not the one that I love. It was one of the other ones. But she checked me. And she was like, oh, yeah, your water broke. But I can't feel your baby's head. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, we can't feel the baby's head, so we're going to get the ultrasound. They got the ultrasound to look. And instead of her head being here, it was kind of like there. It was to the side just a little bit. And so I was like, okay, well, just move her head. And they was like, no, we can't move the head because your water has already broken. So we can't move your head. I burst into tears. I started immediately crying. My daughter called my husband and was like, oh, she's panicking. She's freaking out. They're saying that because they was telling me I had to have a C-section. They're telling her that she has to have a C-section and she is not wanting to have a C-section. So she is boohoo crying. So he didn't even tell the people why he was leaving or anything. He was just like, I gotta go. And he left. And he started coming towards me. And I was like, I don't understand, why do I have to have a C-section? When I'm telling you that I was on 10, I'm not even kidding. I'm pouring tears. I mean, snot is coming out. I am just bawling in tears. I am boohoo crying in tears. I am. And I'm just upset. I'm upset because I had to have a C-section all this time. At first it was a subchorionic hemorrhage. Then it was a placenta previa. Then it was, she's breeching. Then she turned head down. And then she's breech again. And, I was just like, oh my God, I have to have a C-section? Not only was I not ready to have her yet, but the fact that I was going to have a C-section was just devastating for me. And I was boo-hoo crying. Like, I'm talking about, you would have thought like my father had passed away again. I was crying that hard. And so I was like, no, they could do the external version. I said, they didn't even check me to make sure that my water had broken. And then she was like, wait a minute, not the midwife, because now at this time, the doctor has come. One of the doctors from my office had come because I have to have a C-section. And she was like, wait a minute, they didn't check to make sure that your water had broken? I said, no, she only did a vaginal exam. They didn't even check. And she was like, well, wait a minute, let's everybody just pause. And let's go ahead and check and make sure that your water has actually broken. I said, okay, good. So they did a test called the Fern test. The Fern test tells you if the fluid that's coming out is actual amniotic fluid. And my water had not broken. But by this time, we're already in the labor room. I have my IV in. My husband is already there. My kids are there. Everybody is there. And so then they was like, the baby is breech. She's not head down. We will have to do an external version to put her head down. We do have a doctor in our office that specializes in this. He's very good at it. He can do it if you want him to do it. Yes, I want him to do it. Get him. And so it was like, no, he can't do it today. So what we're going to do is we'll keep you overnight. Just monitor you throughout the night. And tomorrow we'll do the external version, go ahead and induce you, and you can have the baby tomorrow. So that would have been the 18th. Great. I'm on board with that. The hubby went back to work. My kids stayed the night over in the room with me. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. So they're just going to move her head. She just need to move just a little bit to get down in the pelvis. They're going to move her head a little bit. And life going to be good. Until the doctor came in the next morning. The doctor came in the next morning. I called the hubby. I was like, well, the doctor hasn't gotten here yet. You go home and go to sleep, get you some rest, and then you can come up later on. I'll call you. Because if they're going to induce me, that could take forever. It's not something that is, right away. I mean, some women it does, but not with me. But anyway, so the doctor came. And he said, okay, well, I normally do the external version. I was looking over your stuff and, I just need to clear it with the cardiologist. As long as the cardiologist says it's okay, then we will go ahead and move her head and then induce you and let you have the baby. So although I didn't want to have her this early, I was like, okay, cool, let's do that. So he called her while I was in the room. And he had to leave a message, and she called him back a few minutes later. And he walked out. And so he came back and he was like, well, we talked to Dr. Cardiology, we're going to call her. We talked to Dr. Cardiology, and she said that no, you can't have the external version, and that she does not feel comfortable with you having a vaginal birth at all, and that you need to have a C-section. I burst into tears. Not even just like tears coming down my face. I mean, I am full-blown ugly crying. And so my daughter called my husband, and she was like, oh, she's crying again, you gotta come, whatever. And so like he's on the highway, he breaking speed limits trying to get to me or whatever. I'm like, I'm crying so hard that I feel it in my spirit. And he said to me, my doctor said to me, he said, what is it? He said, first of all, I love this doctor's office. I'm telling you. And you need an OBGYN and you're in the Atlanta area, I'm going to need for you to reach out to me so that I can tell you about the doctor that you need to go to. Because when I tell you I love my doctors, I love my doctors, okay? So he sat on the edge of my bed. He grabbed my hand and he was like, Donna, what is scaring you? Tell me what's scaring you, because you are terrified. Like I'm afraid. Just looking at you, you are terrified. What is wrong? What is scaring you? And without hesitation, without thinking about it, without pausing, without catching my breath, nothing, I said, you are going to let me die. And he was like, Donna, I'm not going to let you die. I was like, yes, you are. You're going to let me die, and I'm going to be in a lot of pain. And he was like, why do you think that? And I was like, well, because all these black women in the news are dying and having C-sections, and they end up dying and bleeding to death and getting infections. I'm talking about, mind you, I'm pouring tears. I'm pouring tears, crying. He is like, listen, I do this every day. I'm good at what I do. I am not going to let you die. I am not going to let you be in pain. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. I promise you. And I was still just like, by the time this happened, I was just over it. I mean, I was just so over it. And I just said, okay, fine, let's do it. Now, when I said fine, I was forgetting that I had to get an epidural. So the anesthesiologist was in there because they didn't let a nurse anesthetist do me because I was so upset. And so he was trying to talk to me. I'm boohoo crying. I'm listening to him, but not really paying attention to him, whatever. So he get the student to come, not the student. The nurse anesthetist came in with him. And so both of them are explaining the procedure to me and what to expect and things of that nature. I'm still pouring tears. And by this time, my husband has come, Stephen has come, and he's like, well, Donna, what can we do? We can't do anything else. If we got to get the baby out, she can't just stay in you forever. She's not in the right position to come out vaginally, so you got to get the C-section. And that's what made me just say, okay, fine, whatever. I'm pouring tears. When I say pouring tears, I'm pouring tears at this time. And I'm just signing off, whatever. And my kids go out. They send my children out because I have to get the epidural. I totally forgot. I'm like pouring tears. I'm like crying. I am. I mean, honest with you, because I just want you to know my experience. I mean, I'm pouring tears. And so he's like, okay, you got to sit on the edge of the bed. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed like this. And I'm like, I'm like pouring tears, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I'm like pouring tears. I'm not even joking. I was so afraid. And Stephen was sitting in front of me and I'm holding his hand and really not even paying attention to him. And he shook my hand like this. And so I looked up at him and he was like, we got this. We can do this. And I was like, okay, and I'm still crying, but that did make me feel better. It did. It made me feel better when he said that. And so I'm still pouring tears. They put the epidural in. I didn't move. I don't think I moved or anything like that. And then they laid me back down. I immediately got nauseous. And I told her, I said, I'm so nauseous. I'm going to throw up. And so they was like, okay, we'll give you something. So they gave me meds. They probably just gave me Zofran because it wasn't something hard like Finnegan or nothing like that, because I would have been able to feel it because I don't do well with narcotics. Anyway, so they gave me the Zofran, and then I got nauseous again. They just kept giving me Zofran, and they had like this glove with ice in it. And so the nurse anesthetist was putting it on me, and she was like, "Does this feel cold?" And I was like, "Yes, it felt cold. It felt cold on the right side." I said, "Yes, it felt cold on the right side." And she was like, "Okay." And so they did something with my back, and then she came back and she said, "Does it feel cold now?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Okay," but I said, "But I'm nauseous again." So they gave me more nausea medication. Long story short, we get into the OR suite, and I'm laying on the table. My husband is all dressed up. He's a big guy, so he's dressed up in this suit that looks like it's too small for him. I'll insert a picture here. And so I'm laying there. And the mind is so strong. The mind is a very strong thing, okay? I began to have like panic thoughts, and I started to panic. And I'm like, "Oh, you gotta wait. I gotta sit up. I gotta sit up. I gotta sit up." And they was like, "No, you can't sit up. What are you doing? Just calm down." I was like, "I'm gonna have a panic attack. I'm gonna have a panic attack." And they was like, "You're not gonna have a panic attack. Just calm down. Just calm down." And I don't know if the anesthesiologist or the nurse anesthetist or Steven grabbed the ice. But they grabbed the ice that they was trying to see if it was cold on me, and they started putting it over my chest and my neck and my head, and then I started to calm down. So I'm so happy that they had that way to go. And it calmed me down or whatever. And so my doctor was asking me, "Where do you normally wear your bikini?" And I was like, "Right up under there." And he was like, "Do you keloid?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Well, how far down do you want me to go? Do you want to wear they can't see a scar?" I was like, "Yes." And I'm still crying. And they have the clear sheet up over me so that we could see. Yes, I was like, "Oh, look at that." And Steven was sitting on the right side of me, and he was just talking to me, and he was like, "Do you want sutures or staples?" And I was like saying to myself, "I don't know, sutures." And I just hollered out sutures, and that's what he did. And then they brought the baby out, and they put her face up against the plastic so I could see her. I was like, "Oh, she's here." So I put a picture of that up here. And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's here." And she was crying, and I was like, "Oh my God." And of course I was crying. I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's here." You know, I was so happy that she was here. He really did a very good job on my C-section. I will talk to you in another video about my recovery, because this video is already really long. But without further ado, I don't have her here right now, so I can't let you see the baby now. But I'm going to insert picture of the baby. We had her on October 18th, 2019 at 2:14 p.m. So she's here, and she's so happy to meet all of you. I am going to introduce her to you. I have to go get her because she's not here with me right at this moment, but I'll be back. So hold that thought. Okay, everyone, I'm back. As you can tell, the setting is different. My hair is different. I have no makeup on. This is a totally different day. I am going to do a video, and I am going to tell you all why I am so inconsistent, because I don't want you all to think that I'm just not consistent, or that I just don't care, or I don't want to update you all, because that is not the case. However, this is a different day. Just like 3 days later since the last video. But I promise you, I am going to be more consistent. I have a lot of things that I want to disclose to you all about my postpartum stage, just my life, how I'm feeling with my career, just things of that nature. Honest to God, I just have not been motivated to do so. I just haven't. And when I am motivated, either I'm motivated to do so because the baby's not here, or I am not looking my best and I just don't. But I've talked to you enough on this video. So without further ado, the baby is here. So I'm going to introduce her to you all. Give me one moment to go get her. Without further ado, I want to introduce you all to baby Skyler. We gave birth on 10/18/19 at 2:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here she is. Her name is Skyler Rain. And Skyler wore 6 pounds, 11 ounces. She was 21.5 inches long. She was she wasn't breathing very well. She was having some trouble breathing afterwards, they said, because she had fluid on her lungs. So it wasn't squeezed out through the birth canal. And so, with C-section babies, sometimes they have some difficulty. So she did have to go to the transition unit. By the time I got to the recovery room, where I recovered from the cesarean section, I went into what's called SVT, supraventricular tachycardia, and I was shipped to that intensive care unit. So they took the baby away from me. I was in the ICU for about 3 days. They would bring her to me for 30 minutes, and the 30 minutes started counting from the time they left the nursery until the time they got her back. So really, I only got like 10 minutes with her. I was very upset. Very, very, very upset. Now, they did give me a breast pump so I could pump and things of that nature, but I was just very unhappy with that. And it just so happened that I asked for the supervisor. I was like, I want to speak to the supervisor. And this is not working for me. It's really leaving my baby with me for 10 minutes. I need to speak to a supervisor. The supervisor that came just so happened to be one of my classmates. We graduated nursing school together. I didn't even know that she was here. And I was like, oh my God, they took my baby away. They won't bring my baby. And I was boo-hoo crying. And she was like, don't worry, I'll fix it. And so then I started to get more time with her. And eventually they gave me a medication called flecainide. Flecainide converted me over to normal sinus rhythm. They then transferred me over to the mother-baby unit where I can be with Miss Skyler Rain, where we still stayed another 3 or 4 days in the hospital before we were able to go home. And then we came home. And this has not been a easy journey for us by far, but it has been worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. 10,000%. And we're going to do more videos. We're going to do a lot of other stuff. And I'm going to talk to you a lot about my postpartum time and how it affected me. And we still have embryos. So because this birthing process was so stressful for us, and because of my postpartum, then the question becomes, what do we do with the embryos that are left? Are we going to have them? Are we going to donate them? Are we going to adopt them out? Or am I going to just keep them frozen or to have them myself? I don't know. So we'll go over that in one of our other videos. But in this video, I just wanted to show you Miss Skyler Rain. Right now, Miss Skyler Rain is 13 weeks. Her shirt says, smart like my mama. No, I ain't buy that. Her daddy bought it. Skyler Rain today is 13 weeks. She is officially 3 months as of January 18th. Today is January 20th. Oh, I thought she was gonna puke. Skyler Rain is breastfed. I do supplement with milk as well. Bless you, girlfriend. Bless you, girlfriend. Oh my goodness. Bless you. She likes to take a bath. She has from day one loved to take a bath. She does not cry. She play in the water. She doesn't mind taking a bath. She loves taking a bath. What she does not like is the lotioning down part afterwards. I don't know why she doesn't like it, but she doesn't. She cries through that. I have started to give Skyler baby food. However, I don't give her baby food over the counter, like that you buy at the store. I make her baby food. We co-sleep with her because her room is not far. Let's be real. But her room is on the other side of the hallway, and if she wakes up, I have to get up out of bed, go out the room, go across the hall to get to her room to get to her. And really, I just want to go sleep with her. I do it because I want to. I know there's mothers out there who don't agree with that, and I understand. More power to you. But for me, what we're doing here, we co-sleep with her, and she does just fine with that. Skyler typically goes to sleep at about 10 o'clock p.m. and she sleeps until 5 a.m. Sometimes she wakes up in the middle of the night. She's really, really good with latching on now. So she'll just latch on and eat and go back to sleep. She doesn't like wake up and cry and fuss and all this other stuff like that. What else do you like, Mama? Just in the last week, she started to like converse, like talk or babble more. And so I sit and have a full-fledged conversation about it. I mean, with her, I'll tell her, like, well, how was your day? And she'll go, what happened then? I have a full-fledged conversation with her. I very rarely baby talk with her because I don't want to baby talk with her. When she's looking at something, I typically describe it. Like, I'll tell her, that's a ball. She's looking at I have a thing on the table. I have these on the table, and this one just so happens to say love, and it says, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Deuteronomy 6:5. So and this is what she's looking at. She's looking at those, and so I'll tell her that is a ball. Can you say ball? Brown ball, and I describe it to her. Other than that, she likes to be on her tummy. A lot of babies don't like tummy time. She loves tummy time. And so since she loves tummy time, I put her on her tummy. And she has like a little tummy time mat that plays music and things of that nature. And she loves that. Skyler also loves her brother. I have a 13-year-old. If you didn't know, I have a 13-year-old. And she absolutely loves her brother. And she pees and poops all over him and scratch him and slob on him and play with him and everything. But other than that, she is good. I tried to give her some mashed potatoes from Popeyes. She didn't like that. So far, we got some stuff that went on we had some stuff that went on with my baby. I don't know if I'm gonna tell y'all that part, but we'll show y'all that part. But I said I was gonna be transparent, and you guys have rode with me through this whole journey, so I probably will disclose it because it was a learning lesson for me. And I learned my lesson right off grip, and I'm gonna disclose that. I'm gonna tell y'all about that too in another video. Right now, I just wanted to introduce you guys to Skyler Rain. Here she is. Say hi, everybody. Hi. So if you bought stuff off of the baby registry, you've already met Skyler Rain. So this is just a hi, aunties and uncles. And if this is your first time meeting her, hello. We will be doing a video on our nighttime routine and how we get her ready and how I feed her and things of that nature. And that'll be coming up soon. She has a tad bit of a cold. You got it? You got it? You got it? What the problem? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Mama. Oh my goodness. She has huge dimples. I don't know if you can see them a little bit when she chews, but it's hard to make her smile. Hi. Can you say hi? Say hey. I thought she was going to talk for you guys. Say hi. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Hi, everybody. Okay, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end this here because this video is long enough. You know how we do it on this channel. Keep your faith on fleek. And always remember, strive to be on top because the bottom is already too crowded. Peace. Say peace. Tell them peace. Say peace. Say peace.